The story of the day, political story of the day. President Obama's national security advisor, Susan Rice, unmasked, revealed that is, the names of Trump transition officials who were caught up in surveillance. And listen to this from the Daily Caller. They are now reporting that Susan Rice ordered spy agencies to produce, quote, detailed spreadsheets involving the surveillance of members of Trump's transition team. Dana Loesch is with us, nationally syndicated radio host of The Dana Show. All right, Dana, welcome to the program. I don't know how the media is going to contain this. They're going to try, but I don't know how they're going to be able to contain this and just not mention it.
No, I completely agree with you. This is pretty astounding, and it's dirty politics is what it is. And I know that there are some people out there who are defending Susan Rice and saying, well, you know, this is just she wanted to see who was included in these conversations. Perhaps they argue it's because it's of a national security concern. I don't really buy that argument, and I don't buy her ignorance, nor do I buy the story that she peddled just a month ago, because keep in mind, this is the same woman that went out on national television and lied to everyone and said that, well, the terrorist attack on 9/11 in Benghazi, well, that was ultimately the result of a video. This is the same woman, Stuart, I know you remember, who said that Bo Bergdahl served with honor and distinction. Shortly thereafter, he was court-martialed for desertion and misbehavior. So she has zero credibility, and I would caution that anyone who wants to play party politics and defend her actions in this manner, well, they're going to lose credibility simply by associating with her and trying to defend this. This was a political hit job. The dissemination of this material and the unmasking of these names, it was petty politics to get at the Trump administration, then in campaign phases. That's what this was all about. Well,
you know, if you dig deep enough here, it looks like there was an element of truth in President Trump's early morning, Saturday morning tweet where he said Obama had bugged Trump Tower. Okay. Technically not true, but these revelations suggest that there is an element of truth buried in there. This is serious stuff.
It is, and he was discussing this in the context of it being a political hit job, and the fact that their names were made public, that these were unmasked, their names were unmasked, and that all of this was circulated throughout various intelligence agencies within the Obama administration, that right there completely just that underlines Trump's suspicions, and that's the whole point. It was an absolute hit job, and the actions of Susan Rice, and I would dare say that the actions of anyone defending this, that they're culpable as well.
Dana, I want to talk to you about Judge Gorsuch. Looks like we've reached the point where you can't do anything in America these days because you've got to have 60 votes in the Senate. I think we're about to sweep that away. Do you think that sweeping away and going nuclear, so to speak, that's a good thing? We can start getting things done?
Honestly, I would love to avoid it. I would love to avoid such a situation. Unfortunately, back in 2013, Harry Reid didn't really leave the Senate with much of a choice. And if we want to discuss changing of the Senate rules, well, Harry Reid is the grandfather of that. He's the guy who modernized the nuclear option. And by the way, I know that all Republicans would like to thank Harry Reid for doing that back then because it's going to actually go so well and work for Republicans now. But that's beside the point. The point is that Democrats have no principled objection to someone like Neil Gorsuch, and they love to bring up the name of Merrick Garland, who numerous Republicans had legitimate principled objections to him at being nominated for the Supreme Court. With Neil Gorsuch, all of the same individuals who are protesting his nomination now, Stuart, these are the individuals who wholeheartedly endorsed him back in 2006. So suddenly now, because it's the Trump administration and because Gorsuch is going for the Supreme Court, they realize their folly, and now they decide they want to go ahead and stand up, not on principle, but on petty politics. To see someone like Dick Durbin from the state of Illinois say something along the lines of, well, this is what you get when you do this with Merrick Garland, that's not how we should be viewing the Supreme Court. And I wish that half of the Senate chamber would grow up a little bit and realize that there is a mandate from voters. This was established on November 8th. This is the nominee that America wants.